Hi folks, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics, and I'm bringing you today a very well appointed example of the well-loved Volvo 850. This one's a GLT from late 1994, and remarkably the car has only ever had a single driver. So that is a one-owner car. He's had this car from when the car was approximately 3 or 4 months old. It had been a demonstrator at his local Volvo dealership. So even though the logbook will show a total of 2 owners, actually there's only really been the one. So I think a single driver Volvo 850 must be a bit of a rarity. He's a retired gentleman. He just got to his early 90s and gave up driving. Had a phone call from his son-in-law, who's a good customer of ours, and he asked me if I'd be interested in the car. Obviously I was, and I think when I show you around the car you will be too, if of course you need a big reliable estate car in your life. And the Volvo 850, I think you'll find, is going to go on to be a bit of an icon. It replaced the fabulously popular 240 range, and it was a bit of a move away from the standard recipe that Volvos had been serving up for many years. They are no doubt the king of the large estate car market. So this one's quite different in that it's actually a 5-cylinder 2-litre engine, but a front-wheel drive car, whereas of course previously they had been rear-wheel drive. It's got a really good level of specification. There are a couple of marks on it which I'm going to point out to you, but generally speaking the car has survived beautifully well. It's rock solid underneath. It's always been garaged, and it was rarely used in the rain. It's got a matching set of Pirelli P6000 tyres all round, which is always a good sign. I like to see quality tyres on a car. And the silver paintwork, I think, is in really good condition considering its age. It seems to be corrosion free. I've had a good look around the car. We've had the car up on the ramp, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in this walk around video. So we've got a good panel here on the offside rear quarter. The wheels all appear to be in good condition, and there's the Pirelli tyres I was telling you about. The rear passenger door is in good order. I think there's a very slight little dent here at a very low level. The driver's door, so it's the offside front door, looks to be in good order as well, and if I got close up I might see the odd mark, but I am being quite fussy now. I've got a little, looks like a golf ball might have hit that, but it's got a little round dent here in the driver's front wing. Little mark here, but again, I really ought not get that far and fussy in a car which is surprisingly getting on a bit, because it dates back to 1994. Good wheel on the front with some minor curb rash. Low down here is a little scuffing on the underside of that bumper. It's a good top half of the bumper all the way through. We've got a few marks here on the front of the bonnet, and I guess that's probably where it's been covered up, and maybe a few things have scratched it whilst it's been in the garage, but again it's minor cosmetic marks. This side of the bumper is in good order, as is this front wing. Front wheel, 1 or 2 minor marks on the wheels. I think what you'll love about this car, believe it or not, it's only ever been serviced by Volvo, and it's a fully stamped up service book with years of service history, and all the repairs have been done and carried out by the Volvo local garage who supplied the car. A bit of a rarity, especially with a car of this age. It's a very bright day today, so I'm hoping the camera's picking up everything you need to see. We've got a really good rear panel here. We've got a pinstripe which is missing a bit of its black pinstripe on 1 or 2 areas on the door, and also a bit on the front here. No doubt that can be put right, but I think I would describe that as a minor issue. I want to show you how good a condition it is inside. It's remarkable. I mean, they do last well anyway, these cars, but this one's got a rubber mat which runs right the way through there, and it looks like it's always been on top of this Volvo carpet. Now, it's not supposed to be like that. It's just the Volvo imprint has come from the fact that this protector's been there, but the carpet's virtually like new underneath. And then we got a bit of storage space under here, and we got a bit more back here from memory, so you've got like an underfloor storage area. You've got the load cover, which is built underneath, and that pulls over. That's all present. And you've got a dog rack, which is quite a common accessory in a Volvo, of course. All the carpet's in excellent condition. It's a really nice clean boot, as is actually the whole car. Albeit a famous family car, it hasn't seen as much family action as most Volvos do. You've only got to have a look at this rear door card to just see how excellent condition it's in, as are the rear seats. I mean, they are fabulous. Quite plush, and look at that little booster cushion that it has built into the middle. What a fabulous little feature that is. And then you just push that down, and then you can fold that up, and that disappears into the armrest. You don't see that every day. That's great, isn't it? Real innovators of safety, of course, Volvo. So many people will buy a Volvo based on their fantastic record for safety. I've got a feeling this is one of the early cars that had things like, where they talk about SIPs, don't they? Oh, there we are. Side impact protection. Real innovators of car safety, and they led the market for a long time. A lot of stuff that we take for as granted, Volvo were fitting a long time before other manufacturers. The seats are in incredibly good condition, 116,000 miles, and that seat looked like it's done a third of that. Sitting behind me, driver's front seat, real nice bright switch gear, a 4-speed manual gearbox. Now, being this particular model, we've got a very fancy car interior here. We have electric windows, we've got heated seats, we've got automatic windows here, electric mirrors, a cooling system that doesn't look to include air conditioning, but I do have an electric sunroof which has its blind, which is a rather nice feature to have, and nice bright gear here. And these indicators, look at that, it literally looks like new. It's so well preserved, this car. A real absolute credit to the owner. I understand one of the little issues it's got. I think it's got a little problem with that shutting. I think that's one of the little jobs for our workshop. We look down here, the one former keeper, but you'll see that the garage first acquired this car here in 1994, and the first owner had it a few months later. It was a demonstrator vehicle. So this is the Volvo pack, which tells you all about the car, and we've got, as I say, the service book and owner's manual here, and we've got a separate book actually with the receipts and a stamped up service book. It comes with 3 keys. So incredibly rare to see a one owner car only serviced at Volvo being in such solid condition. I had the pleasure of driving this car up from the south coast where it's lived its whole life, and it was a genuine pleasure to drive. Quick, comfortable. The dealer number plate is still present, as is the rear one. It's in a lovely colour, silver. A very capable and handsome estate car, which you just get the impression, if it continues to be serviced as well as it has been, I can't see any reason why this wouldn't go on and on and on. No evidence of a tow bar, but of course these were a car that were bought for towing, and being a front wheel drive, it just feels so easy to drive, and considering it's a large car, it doesn't feel like a large car to steer. Excellent power steering. Well, that's 10 minutes of showing you a Volvo 850 from 1994, a single driver since new, full service history from Volvo, a rare find, I'd say. Well, please get in touch if you'd like to come and view this car, drive this car. I'm absolutely certain you'll be very impressed with just how well preserved it is and what a lovely car it is to drive. Thank you for watching the video, folks. It's Danny at Bradley James Classics, signing out.